Hello everyone, welcome back. I hope you're all doing well. I am very glad to be back. As many of you know, this past semester, as me being a third semester student at UAG, or my first semester as a second year, was extremely challenging for me. And I talk a little bit about my experience in the beginning of every YouTube live, which was essentially the only videos that I had time for, unfortunately, throughout my last semester. So feel free to watch those to see my raw thoughts as I go throughout the semester in the different blocks 6 through 8. For today's video, I wanted to explain how to get an ECFMG ID. And that is essentially needed because to sign up for step 1, you need an ECFMG ID. And essentially, you need to get ECFMG certified by the end so that you can go into residency. I'll explain a little bit more about that, but before I get started, I just wanted to remind y'all, if you can please like this video if you like it, and also subscribe for more videos. With that said, let's get started. All right, so before I begin, I wanted to explain a little bit what ECFMG is. So it stands for Educational Commission for Medical Graduates. And so basically, we as medical students in a medical school that is not in the US, we need to go through ECFMG to go and be able to take our STEP exams. And essentially, we need an ECFMG certification in order to begin our residencies in the US. So because I am going to UAG, a medical school that is not in the US, it is in Mexico, I will be considered a US International Medical Graduate, IMG, at the end of my 4th year. So I need to go through the ECFMG process of applying for a certification and all that, so that I can go and be able to do my residency in the US, which is my goal. So I know that I'm very far, or not that far, but I'm far from that point in my life, but I am close to taking STEP. So in order for me to take STEP, I need to go through ECFMG. It's not like the US medical schools. Like if you were a US medical student, you wouldn't go through this ECFMG organization to take your STEP. You could just basically sign up, but you can't just sign up. You need to go through ECFMG. And the very first thing you need to do is obtain a ECFMG ID. I'm going to show you the steps that I went through to obtain my ID, and when the time comes, I'll show you more about how I signed up for step 1 and more step-like related information. But this is the very first thing that you could do. You can do this, I believe you can do it as soon as you want, because you don't have to be like a second year to obtain an ID. Because again, it's not through UAG. Well, I personally got my ID in the beginning of my second year, because that's kind of when I started thinking more about STEP. But feel free to get it whenever you're available.
Okay, so first you go to ecfmg.org and you click on online services, and under online services you click on the interactive web applications. Once you're there, you click on, quote, if you have never been issued a USMLE/ECFMG identification number and want to request one, you click here. Okay, and then you make sure you read all of these instructions on how to properly fill out the following application. Feel free to pause the video so that you can read what it says. Then you check mark both boxes and click next, and then you click on no, I have never submitted an application for ECFMG certification or an application for examination to ECFMG, and click next. After that, you fill in your last name, your first name, middle name, date of birth, country, gender, and make sure to read this section where it says if you were previously enrolled in a medical school. Make sure to read the fine print. Okay, selecting your medical school, I selected a country, Mexico. Press select, and then it gives you a list of different schools in Mexico. So you look for the one that says Universidad Autónoma de Guadalajara, and then it gives you the address. So make sure that you select the one that says the correct medical school address, which is the one in Jalisco, and then you fill out the rest of your contact information. And then once you're done, you make sure that you filled it out correctly and you certify that the information is correct, and then you can press submit. Once you submit everything with ECFMG online services, they will send you a 8-digit ID and your password to the email that you provide in about 5 business days.
All right. I hope you found this video useful. Feel free to share it with anyone who you think might need it. I know that this process in general, being an IMG, is a little confusing and not a lot of information is out there. So I'm just trying to share whatever knowledge I know with you all. And I just wanted to wish you all the very best. Thank you so much for continuing to support my channel and me along this journey, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!